everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Wemimo and I'm also known as That's Mom of 5. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and don't forget to like this video, click on the subscription button, and also turn on your post notification. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for always coming back. I really do appreciate you. I don't take that love for granted at all. So on today's video, as you all know, I'm a nursing student and I'm currently in my second year of my nursing degree. So today I decided to come up here to share things you should never do as a nursing student with yous all out there. I mean, in case you are thinking of starting uni or studying nursing come September 2021, or you're already a nursing student and you're like trying your best so as not to scream in your mentor's face, I just thought I should come up here and share the things that you should never ever do as a nursing student. So without wasting much of your time, I'm going to dive into the points. And before, I mean, you might all not know, I've just completed my 6 weeks placement last Friday, so I'm so looking forward to the next 6 week where I've got off, where I'll be able to bring you more experiences so far from my nursing placement. So without further ado, let's dive. Which is one, never get into an argument with your mentor. Now, when we, as a nursing student, if we start our placement, we now have two mentors. One is a practice assessor and one is a practice supervisor. So the practice supervisor is more or less your mentor, whom you're going to spend most of the time with during your training while you're in your clinical placement. And the practice assessor is the person who is going to come and grade you at the end of your clinical placement. So each placement lasts about 6 weeks, at times 7 weeks, but for me the recent one I had lasted 6 weeks. So like I said, never ever get into an argument with your mentor, because one, your mentor gets to be the one to feedback whoever is going to grade you on your performances so far. So if at any time you felt they've done something which warrants you getting into an argument with them, I would say please stop. Don't argue with them. If you can't find the charge nurse or the senior charge nurse to speak to, I would advise or suggest you contact your personal tutor. Personal tutor is somebody whom outwit uni that you can either contact via email should you have any issues. And if you can't get across your personal tutor, there's your course lead, student admin that you can always email or contact them at any time should issues like this arises at all. As for me, I've not been in a position whereby I end up arguing with my mentor, even though I once had a similar experience of almost getting an argument with my supervisor, but this time I didn't actually face her, but I was able to speak to another member of staff who eventually spoke to her, and then she called me to iron things out, and I was quite happy that she did actually manage it in a very matured way. And throughout, after that conversation with her, I was able to carry on with my placement with no issues at all. So if you are not able to get across to anybody at uni when you are being faced with issues like this, there are always PEFs. These are another senior member of staff whose student well-being, who are actually the ones who actually check up on students to be sure that they are actually okay, they are not having any issues while on placement. They're always within the hospital where you are currently having a placement. So if you think you are in a position whereby you want to lose your mind, you want to lose your head, or you want to just have a go at your mentor, please don't. Instead, speak to any member of staff or speak to another ward member and say, you know what, can I speak to a PEF? Can I speak to somebody? I'm sure that would be one of the best things for you to do, but never ever get into an argument with your mentor. Number two is never miss the chance for an opportunity. Yes, never miss the chance for an opportunity. When I say this, for the fact that you are in a certain ward or in a certain clinical placement, you're not sure if you're ever going to get sent back to the same ward again, or maybe the next time you find yourself in such ward will be when you already become a registered nurse. Like for me, I was once in a cardiac ward, and in the cardiac ward it was a specialist ward, which as a first year student, that was when I had the placement. As a first year student, was too kind of like more too specialist for me to be there as a first year student. But while I was there, I had the opportunity of seeing some procedures being done. Like if I was asked, oh Wemi, do you want to go observe how to do that, I'm always jumping at it. Wemi, do you want to go to the theater and see how this is done? I'm always jumping at it. Wemi, do you want to go do this? Wemi, do you want to go to that? Like every time an opportunity opens or I'm being asked by my mentor if I want to observe something, it's always a yes for me. Like, I've never ever turned an opportunity down. No, I have never ever. And I don't think I'll be turning down any opportunity in the nearest future while I'm on my nursing placement. So never ever turn down any opportunity. In fact, never ever miss a chance. Even if there's even if there's a procedure or something you think you should do and you're not being asked by your mentor to go observe, ask that, can I go observe how this is being done? I'm sure they will be happy for you to go ahead to observe how the procedure is being done. So never ever miss or turn down an opportunity. So number 3 thing you should never do as a nursing student on placement is don't ever act as if you know everything. I mean, your mom might be a doctor, your dad might be a cardiologist, your sister might be a surgeon. Never act as if you know it all, because if you act as if you know it all, you might end up stepping on the wrong toes. I mean, the member of staff might start picking up on you. It's not as if pick on you, but yeah, you're there to learn. Even an iota of the things that the staff registered nurses on your placement know, you might not even know any of it, or you feel within you that, oh, you know everything more than the newly qualified nurse. So even if they ask you a question and where you maybe you're one of the brightest students, you feel you know this, try and maybe pass your answer across without being bitchy about it, if I call it that way. Like if they asked you, oh, do you know where do you know why a catheter is being used, even though you know it, just politely answer, yes, I think this is why it's being used, rather than, oh yes, I do know how it's being used. You don't want to be like filled with attitude even though you feel you know everything. Even if you know everything and you're over 1000 confident that you know everything, don't come across in a cheeky way that you know everything. Obviously, if you know everything, you won't be sent out on a placement, you won't be back into a nursing ward or as a nursing student. You'll probably be maybe employed in some sort of nursing role. But for the fact that you are actually at a clinical nursing placement, you are there to learn. So that's my number 3 thing you should never ever do as a nursing student. Don't ever act as if you know it all. So number 4 point is never ever share personal information with your patients. And I believe one of the NMC code states that we should always maintain professionalism at all times. So even though you are trying to maintain patient and nurse relationship, that still does not allow you to divulge your personal information, maybe your address or your phone number or what you do outside of work. Even if patients are, I know that some patients might be persistent about, oh, where do you live, or oh, can I take your mobile number? If you find yourself as a nursing student in such situation, kindly apologize and say, you know, I'm a nursing student and according to the NMC code, I am not required to share my personal information. You know, like say it in a very friendly way, in as much as you're trying to care for them, but also you need to maintain your professionalism at all times. Yes, you are still only a nursing student, but then you need to start practicing those NMC codes as long as you go through your nursing placement. So if a patient is being persistent and they're trying to find out, you can politely excuse yourself and speak to a registered member of staff and say, oh, so patient is asking me for this and for this. I've tried to tell them no, but each and every time I go in, they keep asking me for this, for this. Do you mind having a chat? I mean, do you mind having a chat with them to let them know why, as a student or as a nursing staff or as a member of staff who is working in the hospital, I'm not supposed to share personal information. So that is number 4 thing you should never ever as a nursing student do while you are on placement. And the last and not the least thing is this: never take the chance of you studying nursing for granted. Yes, never take the opportunity. I'll say, never take the opportunity of you being a nursing student for granted. For me, studying nursing, I would never take it for granted because, one, if I look at the process I took before I was able to get onto this course, for instance, I had to go to college because I already had a different degree in a different field. So that degree will not work together with my nursing course. So I had to go back to college to do a pre-nursing course for a year, after which then I now apply to study adult nursing. And then thinking about that process, it's not something, I mean, nursing, your degree is not something you want to take for granted. And then if you look at the selection process, application process, you need to write your personal statements, you need to make sure that it's sound enough for whoever is going to select you. And when you eventually get selected to get onto the course, you need to remember your interview, you know, you are being put up to you were being put up against like 15 students, whereby you are all being put in a room, they're watching how you're communicating to a question or how you are interacting. If you think about all the process and requirements that it took you before you get onto the nursing course, I don't think you want to take your nursing degree for granted. And for me, I don't see nursing as a job. I see nursing as a career for life. I see nursing as an opportunity whereby you can positively impact the lives of people who might be going through any phases of illness or any phases of vulnerability in their life. You know, well, for me, when I think about the reason why I've come into nursing is because I love to care about people. And at times, even when I care about people, it gets too emotional for me. Like, you know, when a patient passes away, like I cry so hard. That's part of the things we experience. And for you being that touch, it just shows how much you really value other people, not just you alone. So yeah, never ever take the chance of you studying adult nursing or any form of nursing. Never take it for granted at all. So these are all the 5 things I sat down and I thought are the things nursing students should never ever ever do as a nursing student, either while on placement or in general while you're on your nursing degree. So if you've watched my video till now and you actually enjoy the content within this topic, why don't you give this video a like, click on that subscription button, also turn on your post notifications so you get notified of every time I upload a video, and don't forget to share this video as well. It might be helpful for those who are looking to or who are considering studying nursing, or those who are already registered and they are due to start in September 2021. Please share this video. And lastly, before you go, don't forget to buy me a coffee. I'll be leaving the link to the coffee section in the description box below. Coffee helps me while I'm studying and at times while I'm editing these videos for you. So do not hesitate to jump into my description bar. There are loads of information in the description bar as well, which you don't want to miss. Thank you so much for staying tuned, and I hope to catch up with you in my next video, and have an awesome time wherever you are. Bye.